If you've already finished God of War Ragnarok and you're desperately looking for something that captures that same feeling, the brutal combat, the cinematic boss fights, the exploration, the puzzles, and that companion-driven adventure, then this video is for you. While we're all waiting to see what's next for Kratos and Atreus, there are actually several underrated games that feel surprisingly similar to the modern God of War formula. Some of them copy parts of it almost exactly, others take the formula in completely different directions. But every game on this list can help fill that God of War-sized hole in your gaming library. Let's get started. Number 6. Echoes of the End Enhanced Edition. If someone told you there was an Icelandic version of God of War, they'd probably be talking about Echoes of the End. This game borrows a lot from the modern God of War formula. You'll travel through massive fantasy landscapes, solve environmental puzzles, fight giant enemies, and journey alongside a companion throughout the adventure. The similarities become obvious almost immediately. From the traversal mechanics to the cinematic presentation, it clearly takes inspiration from Santa Monica Studios' work. You play as Rin, a powerful warrior with supernatural abilities, traveling across an ancient land threatened by war. Now, because this is a AA game, don't expect the same level of polish as God of War Ragnarok. Some animations can feel rough around the edges, and the combat isn't nearly as refined. But if you loved the exploration and puzzle-solving aspects of God of War, this game is definitely worth checking out. Number 5. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. Next up is Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. This game mixes God of War-style action with elements from the Souls-like genre. But don't worry, it's nowhere near as punishing as games like Elden Ring. The combat is fast, aggressive, and gives players plenty of freedom to create their own playstyle. You can combine melee attacks, firearms, magic abilities, and special skills to take down enemies in creative ways. One of the biggest highlights is your companion Enki. This mysterious fox-like creature helps you during combat and exploration, creating the same kind of companion dynamic that made modern God of War so memorable. The story also focuses on humanity's battle against powerful gods, so even thematically, it feels very close to what God of War fans already enjoy. Number 4. Blades of Fire. This might be one of the most overlooked action-adventure games released in recent years. Blades of Fire follows Eren, a warrior forced back into action on a dangerous journey across a mythical world. And honestly, the parallels to God of War are impossible to ignore. You have a seasoned warrior, a younger companion, a journey through dangerous lands, and plenty of monsters standing in your way. But what really makes Blades of Fire stand out is its weapon forging system. Instead of simply finding stronger gear, you actually create your own weapons. You choose materials, customize properties, and build equipment that fits your preferred playstyle. Combat is the true star here. Every attack feels heavy, every hit feels impactful, and the directional combat system adds an extra layer of strategy. If combat was your favorite part of God of War, this game deserves your attention. Number 3. Evil West. At first glance, Evil West doesn't look anything like God of War. The setting is completely different. Instead of Norse mythology, you're fighting supernatural threats in a twisted version of the American frontier. But once combat begins, the similarities become obvious. Evil West focuses on brutal melee combat, flashy abilities, upgrade trees, giant boss battles, and increasingly difficult enemies. The game's lightning-powered gauntlet feels incredibly satisfying to use. And while firearms are available, many players spend most of the game punching monsters into the next dimension. The bosses are another huge highlight. Massive creatures, multiple phases, spectacular set pieces. Everything feels larger than life. The game may only take around 15 hours to finish, but it's packed with non-stop action from beginning to end. Number 2. Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. If you're looking for a more story-focused experience, Banishers might be exactly what you need. This game takes many elements from God of War and adds a stronger RPG layer on top. You play as Red and Antia, two ghost hunters whose relationship becomes the emotional center of the story. Unlike God of War, where companions mostly support you, Banishers lets you actively switch between both characters. Each has unique abilities, combat styles, and upgrades. The world itself also feels surprisingly familiar. Dense forests, mountain regions, hidden secrets, locked pathways that require new abilities. It all feels very reminiscent of exploring Midgard. Where Banishers really shines is its storytelling. Choices matter, investigations matter, and your decisions can significantly impact how events unfold. If narrative was your favorite part of God of War, this game should be near the top of your wish list. Number 1. Kena, Bridge of Spirits. At first glance, Kena looks like a Pixar movie, which is exactly why so many players underestimate it. Behind its adorable visuals is one of the best action-adventure games of the last few years. The world is beautiful, the exploration is rewarding, the puzzles are clever, and the boss fights can be surprisingly difficult. Combat combines melee attacks, ranged abilities, dodges, parries, and magical powers in a way that feels incredibly smooth. Then there are the Rot Companions. These tiny creatures follow Kena throughout the adventure, helping solve puzzles, unlock new areas, and assist during combat. Sound familiar? That companion-focused design is one of the reasons so many God of War fans instantly connect with Kena. It captures the same balance of exploration, storytelling, combat, and emotional moments that made modern God of War so successful. And that's why Kena, Bridge of Spirits, takes the #1 spot. So those were 6 underrated games that can help scratch that God of War itch while we wait to see what's next for the franchise. But now I want to hear from you. Which of these games have you played? And which one are you adding to your wishlist after watching this video? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more gaming news, hidden gems, and gaming recommendations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.